So, we sort of veered away today in our session about Gentle Bend, and we're talking about some other things on our respective plates. And we weren't very funny. I feel like I need to be funny right now, and I don't even have any jokes. I have a riddle, but I won't tell that.
I'm in Hobbit mode today. I don't know why. I actually just felt like wearing a hoodie. I told Allison I was chilly, but I'm not really. It's actually kind of hot under here, but I think it looks cool. I think it makes me, gives me that extra 10% that you ladies out there are looking for. So here's what I was thinking. This Bell show proposal.
Right. Okay.
I think we need to make a list, because I know that both of us are kind of teetering. We're just kind of not sure if we should do it, should not do it, because we have to, consider the amount of time it's going to take. Mm-hmm. So I thought it would be a good idea to make a list. So I'm going to divide this piece of paper into half. Okay. And I'm going to put a plus sign here and a negative sign there.
Got to do the Ben Franklins. Way the Ben Franklins. The guy that I work out with always says, well, do the Ben Franklins on it.
The guy I work out with never says that.
We're just not sure if we want to move forward with it. And you kind of have to, for me, I read this great book. It's called The Big Leap. And basically what this author suggests is you take everything and every person and every activity that you do that's in your life, and you take a piece of paper and you separate that paper into 4 quadrants. And one is genius, one is excellence, one is competent, and the other is incompetent. And you put in these quadrants where everything falls.
Got this contact. Decided to follow up, decided to have a meeting with this person to discuss doing a show on a on-demand channel for this network, kind of like a community programming channel. So the idea was, do we come up with something interesting? They were looking for show ideas because they're launching this channel and they want content, which makes sense. Before we make the list, though, what's your gut feeling on that?
My gut feeling is, I'm gonna be honest, thanks but no thanks at this point.
Really, eh?
We've struggled a lot with the concept, and I understand that building the concept of a show is not something that you can do overnight, that you really need to work it back and forth and work it with the producer who knows what the network wants and what the audience wants. And I think one of the pluses is he's interested. He sees the chemistry between you and I. Yeah. I mean, we haven't talked to him in a couple of months, and he was the one who reached out to us and said, hey, what are you guys thinking? In Genius, I would have my writing. I would have Gentle Bend with Norm. I'd have my family, my health, that sort of thing. Excellence would maybe be some acting jobs that I do. Competent might be some other work that I do to pay bills. And incompetent would be, excessive drinking or asshole ex-boyfriends. You got to get rid of that.
Allison talks about genius time all the time. And I think that's because she spent too much time at the Apple store.
But anyway, so the author basically says, you should be living 100% of your life in genius. And by taking this piece of paper and sort of writing down everything and everyone that's in your life and those particular things that are in those other quadrants, the more you see it and recognize it, the faster, hopefully, you'll be able to erase everything that is in those 3 other quadrants. And I read the book a few months ago, and have been able to do a significant amount of erasing in those 3 other quadrants, and have spent probably right now, I'm probably at about 70% of my time in Genius.
Oh, this is too hot. Okay, so let me just write that down. So he sees chemistry.
He sees potential. He obviously knows that we think we know what we're doing.
Okay. And the other thing, one of the pluses I was thinking about was experience. Whether or not you make money from the show, pitching a show to actually producing a show to actually being on the show to having it shot is experience. Yeah. It is. Now it's experience in that format of television. Mm-hmm. but it's experience nonetheless. So I think that's a plus. Yeah, so I had a great audition in Montreal yesterday, and I'm really hoping that I get the part. And even though every time I audition, I put it out of my head, because if you don't in this industry, you'll drive yourself crazy wondering if you got it. So what I typically do is I study, go to the audition, do the audition, and then on the drive home, I try to forget why I'm in Montreal. Maybe I came to get egg rolls and the place was closed. I don't know.
I got a parking ticket yesterday. A parking ticket. And I paid. I had paid, put my voucher on the dashboard, but it was so windy that when I shut the door, the parking ticket or the voucher flipped, and then I got a ticket. But I went to City Hall and the guys were really nice, so they voided the ticket for me, which was good.
We could shoot a pilot episode, because I think that was one of the things that he said was, once we get rolling, we'll shoot a pilot, see what it looks like, and decide if we want more.
Mm-hmm.
But then if it looks good and he wants more, then that comes, then the time commitment comes into play even more. Mm-hmm. So, the other plus is exposure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exposure for not only our guests, but for ourselves as well.
Absolutely.
So we might be able to plug some stuff that we're doing as part of the show.
And another plus is, again, knowledge. We get knowledge capture, basically. We get to
gain knowledge, yeah.
Basically gain knowledge on what it's like to be wearing many hats with respect to a show.
Well, that's right, experience producing as well.
And that would certainly benefit us when it comes to Gentle Bend or the Writer's Block or any other show that we move forward with. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes when you're at a crossroads, right, and this has happened to me a number of times, and I explained this to someone the other day, there have only been 2 people in my life whom I've worked with, and you've worked with them for an extensive period of time. And when you're unsure of the way in which you would like to move forward, or when I'm unsure of the way in which I would like to move forward, Norm is one of those 2 people. I sort of just sit back and say, what do you want to do? How do you want to move forward? How do you want to go ahead with this? Do you want to go ahead with this? And I've been that way probably for the last few months, just sort of questioning how we want to move forward. And I've sort of just, I hate to say this, sort of thrown the reins up in the air and given them to Norm and have said, you tell me how you want to continue with Gentle Bend or with this particular project or that project. So, and that's the beauty of having a great partner, a partner that looks out for both of us and always has my best interest and our best interest at the forefront of his mind. And he's not going to take advantage of any situation. So right now I'm sort of, not all the time, but acquiescing a little bit to Norm. And I believe in our vision and I believe in what we're doing. And just continuing to put one foot in front of the other.
I was at my wife's mother's house a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I think I may have texted you about this, but her sister's boyfriend is a sports writer. He used to write for The Sun, now he writes for NHL.com.
Your wife's sister's boyfriend? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and super, super nice guy. Mm-hmm. And we were going to talk to him about the Bell concept. Mm-hmm. So when I was there, I said, I was meaning to talk to you about something, and I never talked to you about it. And he says, yeah, actually, I was thinking about what that was. I said, well, here's the thing, what we were going to do. And I said, I'm not sure if we're doing that, but we also do a web series, and we were thinking we'd love to have you on as a guest to talk about what kind of writing you do, some of your experiences. And he was like, yeah, I'm there, I'm in.
You really have to sit back once in a while and assess. And I think that if we wanted to go forward with this show, it would have to be a concept that would make it genius, that would put it in that genius quadrant. So that's kind of where we're at there.
Good luck to us. I hope we can come up with a decision, because we need to. Fast.
Here are 2 people that are passionate about what they do and want to make this project and this concept the best that they possibly can. So they're not going to keep coming to me with half-ass ideas. Yeah. They're going to come to us they're going to come to me with a project that they don't ever want to turn down.
Yeah.
And that's going to make it more interesting and more entertaining. I just don't know what that project is.
Okay. And that's, yeah.
But that's how I think we should flavor the email. I don't know.
Okay. Sounds good. That's it for the session today, folks. I know it wasn't funny, but it was very informative.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't funny.
Well, there were some funny parts.
What was funny?
Oh, here's one.
Yeah.
When we send the email, maybe we should attach a nudie of you. Just say, here's a little something from Allison. Maybe that'll make him more interested in it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe one of you. He might be more interested in it.
Sit like this.